Oh, yes, it's Christmas time, and there are two things I love doing during the Christmas season. One, I love dancing. Love getting my dancing skills on. Oh, yeah, you can see I got some skills here, right? But the second thing I love doing during Christmas season, I love going to malls. I like seeing all the decorations. I like seeing all the happy people. I like seeing all the kids getting excited. I like seeing all the oh, forget that last part. I like seeing all the good stuff at the malls. Why don't we start this little magical mystery tour of some recent black mall violence off in Bismark, North Dakota, a center of black criminality, the Kirkwood Mall. Let's check out the TV report, then we'll check out the raw video.
Well, scary scene at the Kirkwood Mall Friday as videos today surfaced online of a massive fight in front of Herberger's. Police say they responded to a call of 20 people fighting in the mall just before 4 p.m. By the time they arrived on scene, the fight was already over, but at least 6 people were cited for disorderly conduct. Only one person was taken to jail, but more charges could be pending against more individuals. The incident left some wondering if they should return to the Kirkwood Mall.
It scared me enough that, I'm definitely not going to drop my teenage children off at the mall. And, I don't really find a need to go back there right now until they can get some adequate security or I can feel safe.
Okay, that television report was a little bit muted for my taste. Here we have a video we found on Facebook from Lori Freeman Hohertz. She talked about how the night started with a shirtless man, the black guy, calling a guy's kid a effing bastard. The fight began. Then the guy went to another part of the mall, started fighting there too. Wow, welcome to Bismarck. Let's get to the raw video and see how it always looks a lot different. The raw video, the uncut video, than the stuff we see on TV.
This is what they want. This is exactly what they want. I understand, but this is not good. Please, man. They're just going to try to lock you up. You don't need them to lock you up. You don't need them to lock you up. Hey! What's up? It's over.
Can you guys please back up? Please back up. I'm already on the phone.
You can't tell me not.
I mean, how many times have we seen a woman like that, whether it's in a school, whether it's in a prison, whether it's in a shopping mall, whether it's no matter a playground, there's always some woman trying to restrain a black person from doing something really, 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 really bad. The black person not listening, and the woman has to explain the big picture to him. In this case, she had to explain it that that's what they want you to do. I mean, isn't that kind of a metaphor, right, for the way we've been interacting with black people for the last 50 years? I mean, they're kind of misbehaving on an epic level, just like this guy without the shirt on. And then we get the Democrats to come in and go, well, a lot of Republicans do it too. Now that I think about it, we got all the people to come in and go, oh, come on, man, we'll give you some free stuff if you just chill out for a while. Then they chill out for like 5 seconds, then they go back into the fight. And then when the fight's over, they come back and go, okay, I'm ready for my free stuff now. And they give them lots of free stuff. I've been out to North Dakota. I was out there a few years ago with my buddy who's a big home builder. So we went out to the slightly different part of the state where with in the middle all the oil and gas production is. We landed in Minot and we hung around that part of the world. So many people making so much money out there. Young people just working on the fields. They work on the wells. And, if you've got just a little bit of skill, they'll hire you and, train you, finish up your training. A lot of people doing real well up there. Anyway, so I came back to Wilmington after I went to North Dakota. I'm sitting out on my front steps, the way I do a lot, and smoke a cigar, enjoying a cigar. And one of the neighborhood fellas used to come by and say hello. We'd sit there and watch the world go by, solve a few world's problems. His name was Kevin. Kevin is now dead. Anyway, so Kevin's thing was, he'd always, probably of the 200 or 300 times I saw him, probably 90% of the interactions were like this. Hey man, can I borrow $4.72 so I can get the bus to go to the unemployment or to the job office down in, say, Newark? And of course, most of the time I said no. And, but I have to confess, sometimes the money amount was such an odd amount, and the reason was such a creative reason he needed it. I couldn't help but reach into my pocket and pull out $5 and say, okay, that's a good one. You get $5 for that. Anyway, so when I came back from North Dakota, I was sitting there talking to Kevin, and he gave me one of those, hey man, can I have, $4.71 to go visit my sick grandma? And I said, no, but man, you ought to go to North Dakota. Go to North Dakota, man. They have jobs up there. I think Kevin had told me he had spent a little time in welding school. My guess is he went to one of these free tech schools, and he went there for like 6 months. But he didn't finish. I don't even think he learned how to weld. But it was like, go up there, even with your minimal welding skills, they'll find a job for you up there. You'll make a lot of money. I mean, you got to show up every day, that's for sure. Kevin did not want to consider any of that stuff because he already knew why he did not want to go to North Dakota. It's because they do not like black people in North Dakota. I mean, isn't that what we found out from that woman right there? Oh, don't do that. That's what they want you to do. They want you to act up so they can arrest you. I mean, so that's the way it works in North Dakota. I mean, it's almost like remember that TV show Hill Street Blues? It would always start with a sergeant in the front of the room talking to all the cops. So in North Dakota, the way that plays out is the sergeant's in the front of the room and he goes, hey, I've noticed even though black criminality is wildly out of proportion in North Dakota, I mean, the black population in Bismark is 1%. It's probably not that much different than the rest of the state. But like Vermont, similar deal. It's like, the arrest and the prison numbers are wildly out of proportion. And so what's the cop go? He looks at the numbers and he goes, hey, I noticed that we're not arresting enough black people these days. Could you guys step up your act? We have to arrest more black people. Head out to the mall. And if you see a fight, don't break it up. Just wait until everybody gets into a fight. Then we can arrest them because that's what we want. That makes just as much sense as a lot of other stuff we hear around here. Makes as much sense as this crazy video here. This one's crazy because it's not crazy. Okay, so this is like the tail end of a video from a Victoria's Secret where 5 of the lovely ladies went in with a stun gun and mace, gathered up a bunch of stuff, started stunning people, macing people, and ran away. And this is the video that they posted online to help us identify the miscreants. Good Lord. I mean, so if you're running a mall, you have a business. I mean, presumably you're going to talk to one person or 2 or 3 anyway, talk to your friends, and you're going to say, hey, I need a video system from my store. A lot of people are ripping us off. And so, and somebody goes, hey, yeah, talk to my friend, Johnny. Johnny is great at video systems. So Johnny comes in and goes, oh yeah, I can put up a great video system. Crystal clear, guaranteed. You will not be able to see anybody involved because the picture is so far away and so distorted, like a fisheye lens. I mean, what the hell's up with that crazy video? Why did you even get on a ladder and install that camera? Why? I don't know why. Luckily, the person in this other recent brawl, air quotes, brawl down in Fort Myers, Florida, they had a slightly better camera, slightly closer, captured a little more of the action.
Check this out. Shocking new video here circulating on Facebook claiming to show this all-out brawl at the Edison Mall in Fort Myers. It's graphic video. It shows a group of boys and girls erupting in chaos.
All happening, too, during the busy holiday shopping. And at one point, too, this is disturbing. A girl is seen walking up with this baby here in a stroller and then at the same time kicking another girl. Right now, NBC2 has calls out to LCSO, also the Fort Myers Police Department to see if this fight was reported or if anyone was arrested. You still don't see any security around. In this video, we don't. We also reached out to the mall security to confirm this is in fact the Edison Mall. It appears to be. Stick with NBC2 to bring you.
Now, what would a video be without some clueless public official coming in at the end and giving us the big picture from 10,000 feet?
Part of the challenge is these shopping areas are large, and so groups can move down corridors, and it's difficult to contain it in one place. But I think the fact that we had significant resources there, the mall had a robust security presence, they had a game plan in place ahead of time. It really helped to minimize what occurred. Part of it is socially the trend of parents just dumping kids unaccompanied in an area that really is not appropriate for unaccompanied youth. A shopping enterprise is there for people to engage in enterprise. It's not there for the entertainment of unaccompanied young people. And so I think the parents who allow this kind of gathering without any kind of restrictions or guidelines are contributing to the problem. I think we also will be listening carefully to our colleagues around the country and identifying why did things get out of hand at some places, what worked well. This is the whole theory of studying best practices, is applying lessons that you learn in one location and adapting them to work in another.
I'm sorry to subject you to that, but really, I mean, this guy's in Newport News, Virginia, right? Now that, as opposed to North Dakota, that is a real center of black criminality and violence. Lots of black people, lots of black crime in Newport News. And this guy, this actually happened a few months ago, this mall business that he's talking about in Newport News. He's giving us all these trends. It's the parents' fault. It's this fault. It's that fault. He's giving us everything about the one central organizing feature that we see in every damn case of violence at a mall. It's all by black people. Go ahead. Okay, everybody, go scurrying for Google and Bing and Yahoo. See if you can find me some white people rioting at a mall. Okay, go ahead. Find me one. I mean, I've seen thousands of these videos. I don't know. I can't think of even one. This isn't confirmation bias. I can't think of one. I mean, if you every once in a while they do a story on these, these riots they have outside of a Nike store when they have a new pair of Air Jordans coming out. And sometimes that crowd is not 100% black, but it's funny, you don't see that many white kids there. You see more Asian kids than white kids there, but you don't see Asian kids rampaging through a mall, destroying property, kicking people in the face, stealing stuff. If you do, let us know. And be warned, our playlist, our mall violence mayhem playlist documents hundreds and hundreds of examples of this. So if you come in with one or two or three and you see, here, Colin, I told you white people do it too. Come on, man. That means in your world of mathematics, 3 equals hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. That makes it all equal, right? One thing we know for sure about that third grade level of mathematical understanding, that numerical illiteracy, is that's really an important quality to have if your number one goal in life is not to make the black kids angry.